down, keep your eyes closed, ear to the ground, pick up.
Hi guys, welcome back to Sheeko Sheeko. I am your host, Queen Book. We have some new faces on the panel, so we're going to do an intro all over again. So we'll start off with you, sir.
Larry. That's my name.
Larry.
CADAAN.
Yeah.
I chose it.
All right, Larry.
For whatever reasons.
All right. I can't stop laughing. Good old sir right there.
Kareem.
All right.
Samatar.
All right, and some new face.
Huda.
Huda. All right, not hold on, by the way. I keep messing it. Put some respect on her name. Huda, I got it. All right.
Iman.
Iman.
And Kultun.
Kultun. All right, guys, so let's start off our segment. This is another listener letter. People love sending us listener letters. They want advice.
I love listener letters.
We love listener letters. So please, if you want some advice or you want to share something with us, please email us at sheekosheeko24@gmail.com or Instagram or whatever else. We're all over the place. So just hit us up, slide in our DMs, and we'll try to do your listener letter on the show. All right, if it's nice and juicy. So I'm going to go ahead and read this. I'm reading it off my phone, so bear with me. All right? Okay. So it starts off saying, "Hi all. I don't really know where to start, so I'm going to start off with the basics. I'm half Somali, my mother's side, and I'm half CADAAN, my father's side. My dad chose to leave us when I was very young, so my mom raised me on her own. I only was exposed to the Somali side of my heritage. Growing up, I felt I was only Somali, since of course this was the only part of my heritage I was exposed to. I felt closer to it. If you saw me, you would never in a million years think that I had Somali in me. I look Arab, and there's a point to why I mention this." It goes on to say, "I'm now 22 years old and I'm married. And I find myself hating Somali people. Not the culture, but the people. Over the years, I've come across women old enough to be my mother, insinuating I must be some kind of whore, and not because of my conduct or the way I behave, but purely because I am, in quotation, CADAAN. I've come across men who hear that I'm half Somali, half CADAAN, and suddenly thinks that it's okay to put their hands on me, when I clearly have stated and I've said no from the get-go. I have to sit there and listen to random women in the masjid talk about my inability to speak Somali, even though I can speak, write, and read Somali. All of this discrimination comes from women that are my mother's generation and older, and men, never from girls and women that are my age. Fortunately, I have a very smart mother, so she simply advises me to ignore it and just do me, which works great for me. So she asks, what I would like to know is, if you were in my position, what would you do?" So we'll start off with that question, and then I have a few other questions for our panelists here. So I'm gonna start with you, because you are a brand new face, Huda. All right. So if you were in her position, what would you do?
I think I'd be a little bit more patient when she clarified that it's elders who do this and not the younger generation that does this. It made me think about the fact that Somali people, especially Somali parents, aren't comfortable with CADAAN people, and we have to think about why.
Right.
Think about the fact that they didn't grow up around them other than through the process of colonization. So there's a mistrust towards them.
Right.
And then they come here and experience them in ways that we didn't. So we're more patient, I think, as a generation, but I think it makes sense that elders are like...
Discriminating against her?
I wouldn't even call it discriminating.
Yeah? You wouldn't call this discriminating?
No.
No.
She has privilege.
Oh.
She occupies a certain form of privilege. She's even talking about the fact that she's a lighter skinned woman. She's white passing in a certain way. So she has more privilege than people here at this table.
Right.
So,
okay. That's a really unique way to look at it. I didn't know that because of her light skinness, she may get away with or even have more benefits than a dark skinned Somali.
Oh, 100%.
Larry, let's start off with you. What advice would you give this young lady?
People that say, back to, people saying, okay, I'm light-skinned, I'm dark-skinned. Doesn't make any sense. That doesn't solve, what is dark-skinned, what is light-skinned, right? The 5 richest Somali men right now, right? From Abdullah Abdurrahman from Islamic Bank, Ismail Gale, these are dark-skinned guys. Like, they look like the friggin' stove. You understand me? Millionaires. You think light-skinned West Adayan? Ayan Hirsi, Amina Hirsi, in Uganda, is a darker complexion. $200 million. that doesn't make her anything. Dark skin, light skin, right? So now that I have a daughter, for me, I want to show her that, hey, the community, there's certain things that are going to happen. It's always going to come from Habro. She's right. Older ladies are creating her problems. I just think she has too much time on her hand.
Who, the girl or the women?
Girl,
The
girl, and the other people, right? So there's two groups that have way too much time on their hands, right? That are going to, create this negativity towards you and make you feel a certain way, insecurities, and really add you to the same collective where we all hate the Somali brand right now, and everybody's pissed off about the Somali brand across the board, right? So I think for herself, it's not worrying about these people; it's psychological. Right? Her dad's not there. Her mom's single mother, right? And raising her, and people are calling her Adan, right? And if you're a Somali guy, even right now, or Somali girl, dark skin, light skin or not, and you're educated and you speak well, people call you Adan yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
I
and
do
same
see
thing
that.
happens in the African American community. People are like, oh, this guy's an Uncle Tom because he's educated, right? So it's just the insecurities are higher, I believe, for a non-Somali, for half Somali, because hey, are my people on this side gonna like me? Because what about the Adan side?
Right.
Do they consider Adan or they consider her Arab? She looks something else, right?
Yeah.
So it's you as an individual doing your own thing.
Yeah. Cool. So let me ask you something. Is this an isolated situation, specifically to this young lady, or does this happen in our community often? And the next question will be, and I'll move on as well, Shiitism. Is there Shiitism in our community?
Honestly, okay, so I have a lot of friends that are half Somali, half Italian, half Somali, half French, half Somali, half white, whatever. I embrace them. I don't even see them as their other side. I actually see them as Somali people. I have nothing against that. What I do find a difference though is that I noticed, and you guys can disagree if you guys want to, but I feel like if the father is Somali, then we embrace that child more because we're like, oh, they have a qabila. You're Ogaden or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But if the child the father is white or whatever, right, and the mother is Somali, we're like, oh, she was already, what's it called? What's the word in Somali? Like a foreigner. She's like someone that we don't know. Has no qabila, so she's not Somali, right?
Yeah.
But the irony in that is that like the child that has the Somali mother will know Somali more than the child who has the Somali father, because if the father is gone, I feel like the mother is the first teacher of the house.
It's the only teacher left
So
in the
I have
house.
friends that look completely French and know Somali 10 times better than I do.
Right.
And I'm fully Somali. So I don't think it's like a light skin versus a dark skin. I have cousins that are completely light skin and like extremely light skin and they're fully Somali. I think it's more about like comes back to qabila. And I hate to say this, but we are very racist people when it comes to qabila. And she said that it's the older people in the community saying this. It's not the younger people. So the older people, that's all they identify with is the qabila, right?
Yeah. Iman, Shiitism, right?
It's a big thing.
Is it in our community?
Yeah,
Is it
huge? We always have that thing when we call someone's name, we'll end it with Ade, like Iman Ade, like so stupid. Right? You know what I mean? It's considered like a compliment.
Yeah. My ass never got that. I just want to share that with you guys. Nobody ever called me Ade. I just want to share that with you guys.
One time I went to go visit my cousin in Ottawa, right? So we're playing basketball, and I'm like, all right, let's go to my friend's house, drink some water, and chill out. I walk in the door, and the guy's like, who's this? He's trying to say Spanish. He's like, spinach. He called me spinach. I'm like, spinach? I don't even like spinach.
What was he trying to say?
He's trying to say I'm Spanish and I'm not Somali. Don't live in my house.
Yeah.
Like, stop it, man.
Damn. No, I'll let you finish that.
But I know that shit isn't big because it's to a point where girls are bleaching themselves, right? Even to this day, like I used to go and go get when I went to go get my eyebrows, I'm so oblivion. Like I don't take things in, right?
Yeah.
So I walk in and I saw two small girls and they had like white stuff all over their face. I thought they were doing like facials. I'm like, you guys are doing, we're doing facials. Oh, cool, yeah, heads up.
Yeah.
And I'm leaving, and then my cousin's like, listen here, you idiot. They're bleaching their skin. And I couldn't really process why anyone would want to bleach their skin, because I'm not even going, like, I'm not in that position to, like, hate my own skin color.
Right.
So I didn't want to judge them, but in the sense, like, whoa, it's that serious out here.
Yeah.
It's that serious point. You're risking your skin and your health.
Why do we bleach our skin? What's the benefits of it? Like,
I guess it gives you a lighter appearance. Like you see when people send pictures back from back home.
Yeah.
You have cousins that are like really dark, but then they come back looking like they just seen like the Holy Ghost, because they have like pale face. And
have you ever seen the wedding pictures back home where the bride has like white makeup and then what do they call it? Fanta face, Coca-Cola hands. You know what I mean? Like you see that, right?
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong. As a light-skinned bride, no, I'm just kidding. You are. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you're half Somali. You can't disappear on me. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. Yeah. Okay, so you're half Somali and half Ethiopian.
Yeah.
You're fairly light-skinned, you would say, right?
Yo, at the end of summer, I'm trying, man.
No, fair enough. But I want to know your experiences. Have you experienced something like this as this young lady has experienced in terms of even negative or positive? Like, have you been just getting benefits and privilege, light-skin privilege?
Can I just say something?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that question.
Think about it. I'm gonna go to you.
I feel like part of privilege is not realizing that you have it, though. Like he might not be able to sit there and say like, oh, I remember feeling privilege on this day or this moment. Privilege is not recognizing that it actually impacts your experiences, right? He might not be aware of it at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, let me ask Kareem. Why are we giving this girl a hard time? So being light skinned, there's Somalis out here that some Somalis out here that are bleaching their skin, right? They're trying to look lighter. So isn't this the want, right? The need, the things that they're going for? Then why are we giving this girl a hard time? Why is she experiencing the negativity?
Simple-minded people, latching on to small-time issues. Like, you know what I mean? Same thing, whether it be the community attacking her because she's light-skinned, because she's half CADAAN, or the dark-skinned people trying to bleach her face. Like, there's bigger things you got to be worrying about in life, right? You know what I mean? Like your skin tone ain't gonna move you up the tax bracket. Your skin tone ain't gonna move you up a social class. Your skin tone, like, you know what I mean? Like, there are things with privilege and things of that nature, but like if you were born, whatever you were born, like that's what you are. Just focus on other things. I feel like the people in the community are focusing on small things. And at the end of the day, whether she's half Somali, half CADAAN, like, does that make her, just seeing that she's half CADAAN and she's light skinned, can you tell anything about the type of person she is, the type of morals she has, the type of ethics she has? So to me, I would just tell her to grow thick skin. And like Larry was saying, like me growing up, like I got called CADAAN a lot of the time by people in the community. And I'm from Somali, right?